Well, Ravens go down. We gonna talk about it, man. They lose 17-10 in the freaking AFC Championship, man. Farthest Lamar's ever gotten. Honestly, don't really know what to say, man. So many opportunities to win this game, you know what I'm saying? And it's obviously a big opportunity. Wasted, you know. Getting to AFC Championship is that's like you got so far and you got the same result as a team that got first rounded or a team that finished last in their division. You practically got the same result as the Panthers or a team like the Bears, say, who have the number 1 overall pick, except you getting the 31st overall or the 29th overall pick. So it's a massive kill to your team, especially when you got like 12 free agents coming up in the offseason for the Ravens. So the first thing I want to talk about in this game is how weird really this game was for the Ravens, because it was not a traditional style Ravens game, you know what I'm saying? If we go to stats, man, you see Lamar Jackson led us in carries with 8, and then Gus gets 3, and Zay gets 2, and then Justice gets 3. Tell me why a receiver is practically getting the same amount of carries as our running backs, you know what I'm saying? I do think it has a factor. I mean, with Keaton being out, I think if Keaton was healthy, we give Keaton probably 10 plus carries. You know, Keaton, I did say I think Keaton is like the X factor, man. When he got hurt, I didn't think we would even be able to make it this far. You know, I think he was like, I thought we could make it this far, but I didn't think we'd be able to win the Super Bowl without Keaton. He's just that crazy weapon we got, you know what I'm saying? Like explosive plays after explosive plays, momentum shifter. He is the guy, and that's why I really want him to be that starter next year. And maybe we re-sign Gus or JK to like a 1-year cheap deal, or doesn't have to be 1 year, just a cheap deal to get some depth, because you definitely need depth at running back position. I mean, you saw Gus had a season-ending injury, JK had a season-ending injury, and now Keaton had a season-ending injury, and Justice had a season-ending injury. Like, what is that luck? You know, you got to get some depth at the running back position, and I think Keaton is the guy. I think Keaton is the starter, so definitely want to see him next year. But getting back into this game, we established no run game early, went 3-and-out on the first drive, then we punted, gave it to the Chiefs, and they go down and score right away. And it was Travis Kelce that killed us. I mean, 46 yards to Rashee Rice, and then really not much else, anybody impacting us. It was all Kelce. And the third downs, not just third downs, but they were getting first downs at ease, man. Early, they were getting first downs at ease. And I don't know why we struggled against Kelce. I mean, Kelce's a great player and all, but your game plan going into the game should be focusing on Kelce, you know what I'm saying? You shut down Pacheco easily. You know, he only averaged 2.8 yards a carry. I'll take that. 2.8 yards a carry, but you got to shut down Kelce. But that's not even the main part, because the defense played outstanding. You know, letting up 0 points in the second half, that's like unheard of against the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? Letting up 0 points. So, I mean, they got torched by Kelce early, but they just shut them down in the second half. They shut down the whole offense in the second half. And that's where this comes into effect. 20 for 37. That's an awful completion percentage. I'm not blaming that all on Lamar. I mean, the O-line has pretty much played bad, and they played bad in a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? This game was no different. They couldn't. Obviously, there was no pickup on the blitzes. Justice had a very tough game blocking against any blitzers coming in. I mean, there's one where he straight up just missed Justin Reed. It was so bad. Sack, punt the ball away. You know what I'm saying? When they could have gotten a field goal out of that drive, and it would have really helped us. You got Zay, who absolutely played amazing, you know what I'm saying? Without him, this game wouldn't even have been close. He is the best receiver on this team. There's no doubting it. He's been the best receiver on this team. And it's crazy to think, man, we signed Odell for, I don't even know, like 15 mil, 18 mil incentives there, but he does nothing. Really want to see more out of him. I mean, he's a great locker room dude, but it seems like they just don't have him on the field that often. And then Bateman with 1 catch for 2 yards. I mean, it's ridiculous how they either don't get open, or Lamar just doesn't have time, because these broken down plays, he'll have guys wide open, but he's 3+ guys in his face, just, you know, about to sack him. But Likely, he was playing so great, you know what I'm saying? I don't think bringing Mark Andrews back was a bad thing, but I do think it hindered Likely a little bit in this game, because Lamar got his main, like, Mark has been Lamar's main guy for 5+ years now, or like 4, ever since he got in the league, 4+ years. So whenever Lamar's out there with Mark's usually his first read. Obviously, Mark wasn't playing like full snaps, but I do think it kind of hindered Likely, because he wasn't out there like 80% of the time, like he usually is. He was probably out there still played more than Mark, but just didn't have his usual impact that he should have. Justice Hill's a beast in the receiving game. There's no doubt in that. I mean, he makes plays out of nothing when he gets check downs. You know what I'm saying? So he played a good game, honestly. He's never really a massive threat when he's running, actually getting carries out of the backfield. He's an explosive play kind of guy, but he really eats you up in the receiving game. Aguilar only had 2 targets, I'm pretty sure, and obviously the one he dropped early, but I don't think he would have gotten the first down anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered in this one. 39-yarder, obviously a great play. Now Zay got us down the field. That taunting penalty, I mean, personally, in the AFC Championship, right? You're in the AFC Championship. I mean, this is the game to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. You make a massive play, right? You go down to the 9-yard line, and a dude's he's grabbing his ankle, clearly grabbing his ankle. I mean, you watch it, he's grabbing his ankle. He pushes him off his ankle, like, valid. Get off me, bro. The play's over. And then, I mean, the only thing, he looks at him, but why are we acting like Kelsey? I mean, even when Kelsey scored a touchdown against Kyle Hamilton, he stared at Kyle Hamilton. I don't know what he did with the ball, but Zay threw the ball down. I don't know if that was what caused it, but still, it's either way, that's soft. I guess if that's the rules. I guess I got in the rules, but Zay's a rookie, you know what I'm saying? No blame goes on Zay. I don't think much blame goes on. I mean, if any of the blame's going on anybody, I honestly blame this one on the coordinator, on Monken. Just the way we went at this game. The only reason Lamar had these many incompletions is because of how much times he was forced to throw this ball under pressure and in a situation where he had to be fast in a no-huddle situation where he's down, he's got to force throws everywhere. Obviously, the one throw to Likely in triple coverage. I do want to show a replay. I'm going to show you guys a replay. I mean, here, we look at this play. We got to zoom in. Look at Likely. Tackled. He's on the floor. I mean, he's on the floor as the ball is being caught. Clearly got there early. Obviously, Lamar's frustrated. You know what I'm saying? It's triple coverage, obviously, still. Lamar, I mean, Likely calls for it there. It's a late throw, I guess, but clearly PI. You know what I'm saying? You can't call that uncatchable because Likely is literally known for making big plays, going up and catching that ball, and making plays happen. So for Lamar to throw that up to him, and that cannot be considered uncatchable. I mean, it should have been a PI. He got tackled. Not saying that would have changed the outcome at all. With the way the team played today, there was no excuses. There was just no excuses for this. But the one thing about this game is, on the bright side, is the Ravens so easily could have won this game. It's not like they got manhandled in any way. They beat themselves, in my opinion. They beat themselves. I'm not trying to say the Chiefs didn't earn the win. Like, they obviously earned it. I mean, Mahomes, in my opinion, is the greatest quarterback of all time. I think he's better than Brady, but not an aspect of accolades, but an aspect of like he's the greatest quarterback I think I've ever seen. So I mean, like, I'm taking nothing away from Mahomes. He makes everyone around him great, and I hope he goes on to win the Super Bowl. But yeah, I mean, the penalties didn't help us. 2 roughing the passer penalties, both valid, both were roughing the passer. Kyle Van Noy had the unnecessary roughness call after the play. Don't agree with it. I really don't. I think it's soft. Especially since Kelsey, I mean, if we're talking after the play kind of stuff, Kelsey pushed Hamilton in the back, like, way after the play one time, and he also pushed PQ in the back after a play. So we're calling shit after the play. I mean, you got to call it both ways, but obviously they didn't. Once again, not saying that would have changed anything. Just saying that's another penalty. Going over the penalties. I mean, that's 3 15-yarders. Oh, no, we had 4 15-yarders, including that Zay. 4 times 15. What is that? That's 60 yards right there. We had around 90 yards in penalties, so it was ridiculous. Penalties did not help us, and that's the crazy part. We still had so many opportunities to win this game with all these penalties against us. We had more yards than them. Still almost had more rushing yards than them, with our quarterback getting the most. I mean, the running back with the most carries was 3 with Gus Edwards. I mean, he only had 3 opportunities to run the ball. How are you running the ball 3 times? Pacheco got 24 carries. I get it, they were in the lead more of the game, but other than that, it was just so weird because, it kind of felt like one of those games that was going to be back and forth at the start. When the Chiefs went down and scored, we came back and scored with that crazy play to Zay. I mean, once again, Zay is the reason we were in this game. He's so good. I think he's going to go down as the greatest Ravens wide receiver of all time if he stays here, man. And the Chiefs, they kind of just, you know what I'm saying? They did their thing offensively in the first half, and then got to give props to that defense, man. They were unstoppable. Unstoppable. Like I said, offensively, the game is on the offense, but if you really think about it, the offense didn't even play. I mean, it was the turnovers that killed us. We were practically in the red zone when Lamar threw that pick. and Zay fumbled on the 1-yard line. You don't turn the ball over in those situations, you most likely, I'm not gonna say we win, but you make it a game. I mean, if we would have gotten a field goal on that drive where Lamar threw a pick and we would have got a touchdown, if Zay would have somehow, I mean, if he would have went down at the 1, say he went down at the 1, probably would have scored with Gus, because Gus is one of the more reliable guys in the red zone on like the 1-yard line. But no, we lose. Props to Chief. I really hope they win the Super Bowl. I'm rooting for them. I know not many Ravens fans will, but I will. Look at this list right here. We got main key free agents. You know what I'm saying? We got Meta Beaks. We got Patrick Queen, Geno Stone, Clowney, Van Noy, Zeitler, Odell, Gus, Ronald Darby, J.K. Dobbins, Millette, Aguilar, Tyler Huntley. Guys, I think we can easily let go. I think we can easily let go of Tyler Huntley. I think he's a backup quarterback. If Lamar goes down next season, say he goes out for the season, I mean, we're not winning anything with a backup quarterback unless you got a crazy backup. You know what I'm saying? So backup quarterback don't matter. Nelson Aguilar, he's replaceable, but you know he's a great guy to honestly have around. I mean, if you can get him cheap back, he's got experience. He won a Super Bowl. He's a great backup guy in case anyone gets injured. Millette, definitely replaceable. Could replace him in the draft, or we got Ardarius Washington. You know what I'm saying? Dobbins. Either need him or Gus back. You know what I'm saying? At least one of them back for depth. I think Heaton be the starter, and then you got Justice, Gus, or JK. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have at least one of them. Darby's replaceable. I mean, you could bring back Darby. I think the Ravens should draft a corner, but you know, they still got Armour Davis and Pepe Williams, who really didn't play at all this year. Injuries and I don't know, they just didn't want to play Armour Davis. Odell Beckham Jr., very complicated situation with him, in my opinion. Don't really know what the Ravens are gonna do with him. You know what I'm saying? I really wish he would have produced more here, because I feel like he would have produced more here. We'd be like, all right, get him back. But he really didn't produce. You know what I'm saying? If we can get him back cheap, that's like if he really wants to stay here, we'll take him. You know what I'm saying? But honestly think he's replaceable. I think he's fine. I think he's fine if he leaves. Zeitler, I think you need to bring him back. Zeitler's a guy you need to bring back. Van Noy, key guy, but I think Odafe can take his spot. You know what I'm saying? Odafe's to that point where he's got to be the starter. Like he's first round pick on him. You got to show up. You know what I'm saying? Clowney, definitely need him back. Stone, definitely replaceable. I shouldn't say definitely. You know what I'm saying? But we signed Marcus Williams to that big deal. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna lose, if to keep one of these three guys, Matabika, you gotta keep. Say you let Stone walk and you somehow keep Patrick Queen, that would be good. I think that's probably the best way to go at it. But my prediction is we get Beaks back, we lose Queen, we lose Stone. I hope we keep Clowney. I think Van Noy leaves. I think we keep Zeitler. I think Beckham probably leaves. Gus, I think we do keep Gus. Darby, I bet he's out. Dobbins, I don't see us bringing him back, but like I said, at least Gus or Dobbins, one of them needs to come back. Millette, I see him out. Aguilar, I could see him coming back on a really cheap deal. That's really it for the free agents. Just to clarify, I do want to keep Odell Beckham Jr. Like, I do not want Odell gone, but I just think he can go somewhere else. Or honestly, he could retire if he wants. He's made enough money. He's probably the most popular NFL player outside of like Tom Brady in today's like modern NFL. So I mean, like he's him. But obviously, I want him back. He's very talented when he gets in there. You know what I'm saying? I think he was hurt this whole year, but we gotta keep him. I want to keep him. We still got Roquan. Marlowe is definitely getting old. He didn't really play much this game, sadly. You got Kyle Hamilton. You got Roquan and Kyle Hamilton. Those are your leaders on defense. Those are your modern day Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, even though they're a little different play style wise. Maybe not Roquan, but Kyle. And then you got at the corner position, you got any young guys. You got B Steve. B Steve's solid. And then yeah, I mean the defense, Matt Beaks, Bright, Odafe, Bright, Clowney's. You know he's old, but he's still solid. Travis Jones in the interior with Matt Beaks, and safeties Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton. I mean this defense is bright, man. I think the defense is bright, and you can only get better in the draft, hopefully. As long as you have Lamar, you're going to make shit happen. I think as long as Lamar plays a full season, you're going to be in the playoffs. He's too talented. It's just a matter of he needs to get that job done in the playoffs. 100% believe he can. I think today was just a massive fluke for him. 2 mistakes cost us the game. Sorry, not us. I'm not on the team. On the receiving corps, got Zay. Zay's obviously here to stay. Number 2 receiver would be Bateman. He's still here. Hope he doesn't like request a trade or anything, because he is a solid wide receiver too. Unless obviously we make a move for a receiver, and that wide receiver 3 spot, you know, up in the air kind of, with the free agents. So yeah, I mean that's it for their future. And I obviously think they could still win a Super Bowl next year or in the coming years. Both coordinators could be gone, but I only see Mike McDonald going. I don't really see Monken leaving. I don't think many teams are gonna want him as a head coach after what they saw today. But you never know. Harbaugh, obviously up to him. I don't think the Ravens will ever fire him. I think if he wants to go, he'll retire. But as long as he doesn't want to go, I don't think the Ravens will make him go. I just don't think the Ravens will make him go. One dude on Chiefs that was talking shit. I don't even know who he is, bro. Like the left tackle or some shit. That dude's a little bitch, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Twins did literally fucking nothing in the second half, and he's talking shit to Roquan. Like, they ain't fucking scored 0 points in the second half. I mean, literally, I don't know why that dude's talking shit, but that dude's a little bitch. I'm not gonna lie. That's the only dude on the Chiefs I don't fuck with. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna do it, man. That's gonna do it. Let me know what y'all think the Ravens should do about free agents and all that in the comments. But I'm out. Peace.